Alrighty guys, time for part 3 of my little Raceflight 1 Blade Torrent bastardized conversion. I've been kind of checking in as I went. Yesterday I got to fly it. I did decide to use the Hyperlite prototype frame just because it already had the stack screws in it, and otherwise I would have been borrowing a drill press from a friend, and I wanted to play yesterday, not wait. I'm thrilled. I am very pleasantly surprised. I expected it to be kind of a nightmare, because Raceflight 1 can be very sensitive. It's also very quick, so I was hoping I could just find a balance between filtering and flight characteristics, and it's 20 times better than I was hoping. I'm so happy with it. We're kind of at stage 1. You know, I've maybe put 2 batteries through it, one of which was for line of sight, black box tuning, and a little bit of me flying up and down the alley to get my expo curve and eye values where I want. I like Raceflight because it just has a really particular, almost robotic way that it sticks when you do movements, and you can see it in a lot of the freestyle videos that people post. You can certainly get those characteristics out of Betaflight, but it takes a lot of tuning and a lot of time. Raceflight, it just seems to come out naturally and quickly. This does that. It also has like stupid hang time for a 2-inch. I can just chuck it and go upside down and sit there, which is what I wanted. Like, the whole issue before was, you know, with tiny whips and stuff, they just couldn't catch themselves after an acro maneuver. This is now like, give a little pop of throttle, go upside down, sit for a second, go back right side up, little pop of throttle, and you didn't gain or lose any altitude. The whole point in all of this was to keep my prop guards. Yesterday was kind of testing theory. I put it all together. I did some hover tests in the house, and I was like, wow, this feels pretty good. So I did put it together with 2.4-inch props and no prop guards for now, kind of to see if it had the possibility to fly good. And it is so good. The video I posted yesterday is pretty much untuned. I mean, again, I did some line of sight black box, and I can usually get things pretty close, but my initial impressions on what I expected to be like, okay, I'm gonna do a FPV flight, land 3 seconds in, change some stuff, and then keep going. Like, I'm flying whole batteries, landing, adjusting a tiny bit of D-term, adjusting a tiny bit of expo, and I keep going. It's so good. I did start to make an RC group thread. It's a lot for me. It's hard for me to type, but I will link it in the video. I will also backtrack and link these 3 video series together with the 2 flying videos. I have a stock torrent flying, and now I have like the first FPV flights of the Raceflight torrent flying. It's fast, and it has a lot more power than before, so the flying may not look as clean. It's also not fully tuned yet, but like, if you just look at a punch out now, it's nice and flat and smooth. If you look at a torrent punch out, like when I was shooting for the top of the trees, the second you punch the throttle, it's like, ah! This doesn't do that anymore. At some point I need to backtrack and put prop guards and go back to 2-inch props, but I think for now I'm just having too much fun. These little guys are $1.58 for a set of 4. I think they're DYS. Pyroflip is selling them under Pyroflip, but $1.50 for 4. I mean, the stock torrent props, which are garbage, are like $3 or $4 for 4. So this is making me not want to do prop guards so much. It just feels so damn good. It is super tight. I had to shave the edge of the camera mount. The back is almost touching, but that's how we're building drones anyways. I was building 185 5 inches when they were new, and nobody else had them. Like, I remember the UBAD Katana and the X-Lab Shrike were the first ones, and I had both of them because I like the idea of smaller, less weight, less leverage when you crash, and those frames seem to last me longer. So I'm not complaining about the tightness. There is a weird thing where if you crash and you shift the stack exactly right, the front props will start hitting the camera mount again, but you kind of just yank on it back a little bit. Again, everything's not ideal. It's still in testing, but oh my god, it's so good. So again, I'm going to link everything together. If you guys have any questions, ask here or ask in my RC groups thread. For at least a couple weeks, I'll try to stay pretty active in there and go and answer messages. I'm sure in a month or two I'll be bored of this thing and I won't care anymore, and somebody else will take the torch for the RC groups thread. But for now, there's kind of, you know, the process written out the same way I've gone through it in the videos. And I've never really done this before, so if it's garbage, guys, let me know, and I won't waste my time again. If it is helpful to people, I'd like to know, because I got some time on my hands, and I can do stuff like this for 5-inch, and I tend to be able to do anything with these little drones, and that's why I love them, because I can fix them, and I tend to be able to figure out programming and new tech and all that, but it's because I'm willing to sit here and try stuff for hours and get frustrated, and I constantly ask myself, like, why is this what I do for fun? But it is, and I'm stuck with it now, and it's an addiction, and I'll be here as long as you guys want me around. Thanks.